The Owl House is great, please watch it. Okay, I'll elaborate on it more. Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Beatrice here. The Owl House is a brand new animated series on Disney Channel that has been teased for quite a while, and we finally got the first episode to premiere on January 10th. Before the show even premiered, it was gaining a lot of attention and praise for the direction it was going. While the plot and setting and the visuals did look awfully similar to Gravity Falls, it seemed like the show was going to portray more of its creative side, and with the first episode, it did. Today I'm going to be discussing the first episode of The Owl House and what could possibly happen from here. Also, this is a spoiler warning. I am obviously going to talk about what happened in the first episode. In the beginning of the episode, we got to see Luz's school and a little bit of her life back at home, and how she ended up in the Boiling Isles in the first place. I would also like to mention that yes, I was wrong about that little tiny theory I said in the other Owl House video I made back in October. She didn't fall and Ida didn't catch her, which was why she was scared in the sneak peek. No, she just ran into a haunted house or whatever and walked into a door portal, and that's it. For a show that's focusing on the main character living in a completely new and different environment, it was interesting to at least get a glimpse of what her ordinary life used to be like. It wasn't a whole chunk of the episode, but it was enough to introduce the character. I mean, in Gravity Falls, the most of their ordinary life that we got was their living room for 5 seconds, I kid you not. This show is definitely going to be relatable with a lot of teens and young adults. This episode did emphasize the idea that it's okay to stand out from the crowd, and we learned this not only from Luz, but from other characters as well. We can relate with creatures who write fanfics, who eat their own eyeballs, who believe in conspiracies. Now, let's be honest, a lot of us are into these kind of things. Well, by that I mean fanfics, conspiracies, pop culture, novels, not eating our own eyeballs. That's not okay. And this episode was a good way to condemn this community and give them attention. Forget balancing checkbooks and appreciating the radio. We're reading books with convoluted backstories all 2020. It looks like this show will be portraying its creative side mainly with the setting and background. The first episode did a good job introducing the viewers to this new place and giving people an idea of what to expect later on. The first episode kind of focused on the town and little market of Boiling Isles and how the prisons are. With the sneak peeks that we got for the upcoming episodes, it looks like this show is going to be focusing on specific parts of the Boiling Isles that will fit the plot of these future episodes. So this could mean more exploration, which I guess was kind of expected, but still it'd be really cool. And I guess character development could be merged with it too. While this episode was able to introduce us to Luz's personality and her interest, it's guaranteed that we can see character development with her. She might always refer to the book that she carries around and remind herself about the goal she's trying to accomplish in the first place. And lastly, the background characters in this show held a purpose to the story, which made it really interesting to watch. They each have their own distinct personalities, and I think this show will get creative with the different characters as well. It'll make the show more exciting than it already is. At first it seemed like we will only focus on Ida, King, and Luz, but with the future episodes that are coming, it looks like we can learn a little more with even characters that at first didn't look as important. We could definitely get some new characters introduced when Luz goes to a witch school. And let's not obviously forget Ida and King in this episode. It was really heartwarming to see that Ida and King were always looking out for each other and they were able to get along with Luz in the first episode. I think Ida can also have emotional character development, and she can specifically learn that from Luz, like how humans work with their emotions and feeling compassionate towards your friends and so on. And I think King is just gonna be the source of comedy in this series. The first episode did a really good job introducing these characters and showing us their true personalities. I think in the future of the show we'll be able to learn a little more about their backstories if they do have any. It would be pretty interesting to see. I would also like to add that the comedy in the show is really funny, especially by the first episode. When watching it, I personally was reminded of the comedic side of Gravity Falls. It felt very similar. I guess since the setting, the plot, and the visuals are very similar to Gravity Falls, I guess the humor could also feel similar as well. But when watching it, the humor did seem like it could be very easy to understand and kind of feel comfortable with. Overall, it looks like the Owl House is off to an amazing start, and it looks like there's going to be a lot more to unravel later this season. I think we'll see more connections with Luz and her book, we'll get to explore different parts of the Boiling Isles, and see character growth with many different characters, especially with Luz becoming a witch. The first episode was amazing, a lot of people enjoyed it, and I personally do recommend the first episode if you haven't watched it yet. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much, I really do appreciate it. If you're new here, I make videos talking about news and animation or Nintendo, and occasionally I do skits and stream. So if you want to stick around for any of that, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, it would really mean a lot. I did want to talk about Owl House because I'm already in love with the show and I've been waiting for it for so long. Be on the lookout for more content regarding the Owl House, more episode recaps in the future. If you want to discuss the episode in the comments, please feel free to. I'd love to start a discussion. New videos are coming out soon, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.